Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome again to another one of our seniors workouts from home. Most of my workouts I tend to film a few weeks in advance, but today as I film, it's International Star Wars Day. I don't know how you're celebrating, but I hope, like me, you're doing the intelligent thing and watching a better thought out film like one of the Star Trek films. Leave your comments below if you have something to say about that. I'll be really intrigued to know what you have to say about it. But without further ado, we should probably get started with the workout. It's going to be a full body workout today. And in fact, today's focus is more on coordination than anything else. So we'll definitely be having some fun. Let's start with a warm-up. I want you to do some small circles nice and quickly with the right hand going backwards. And I'd like for you to do some small quick circles going forwards with the left hand. So different directions for both arms. I've already heard from some of you about your feelings on this one. That's why I gave it a rest for a few weeks. Now let's change direction. Nice small circles going forwards with the right arm and small quick circles going backwards with the left arm. We're slowly going to slow the pace down and grow the size of those circles. Taking our time, doing nice and slowly, in reverse direction. Again, slowly, with large circles, right arm going backwards, left arm going forwards. And then make them smaller and smaller and smaller and quicker as they get smaller until we're right back again to the beginning. And you can stop the circles, but keep your arms up. Please, let's draw our hands up in the air so we have approximately 90-degree angle on the elbows. I want you to rotate the arms all the way forward. Let the shoulders disengage. Let them hunch up. This is more for your awareness of how this rotation affects your shoulders in the first place. Now I want you to externally rotate or pull the hands back. And you'll notice that when we do that, your shoulder blades want to drop as well. It's part of the same movement. So this tends to be why I train more external rotation and an internal rotation, because this is really what we all need. We don't need this. So let's just do this several times in a row, going forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. We'll do it a couple more times forwards and then once more. Good. Now I want you to take your arms, stretch them out in front of you. And by the way, if you couldn't do this because you can't get your arms up this high, you can drop the elbows and do the same thing this way. It's not quite the same, but you're still going to get benefit from it. Now for everyone else, I want you to extend your arms forwards. And again, if you have trouble with this, just drop the hands a little bit lower. We are going to twist or rotate our hands out so my thumbs face the walls on either side of the room. And then you're going to turn them in so the thumbs at least face each other, point to each other, or point down to the ground. So we're going to rotate out and in. We're going to do this at a faster pace. Ideally, we won't have dropped our arms yet, so your shoulders should start feeling this by now. They might be feeling a little bit fatigued. Good. Okay, now you can finally drop them. Shake those shoulders out. Look to the right as far as you can. And then look to the left as far as you can. Look to the right. Look to the left. And then tuck your chin in. We're going to do a rotation. You can do this in a counterclockwise rotation or in a clockwise rotation. We're going to do both directions regardless. Just follow along with me. Take it nice and slowly. You might want to do it a little faster than me or a little slower than me, in which case some of you may do more, some of you may do less. That's why I'm not counting how many we're doing. And now start rotating your head in the opposite direction, taking a little bit more time, slowing down on those areas where you feel a little bit more stiff. You don't have to rush through those tight spots. Give them a little bit of a better stretch. Excellent. Now I want you to look up at the ceiling as high up as you can. And then tuck your chin down into your chest. And once more, look up at the ceiling, close your jaw. And then relax. Excellent. I would like for you to keep your spine as one piece now. So we're not going to let it flex. We're just going to keep it in its neutral position. What I'd like for you to do now is to put your hands on the front of your thighs, push your hips back, let those hands slide down your knees. You might want to stop. Some of you might want to stop here. Some of you might be able to go further. Go as low as you can go. Hey, go past the knees if you can. And then press up by pushing the hips forwards. I'm using my legs. I'm using my hips, my glutes, more than anything else. I'm being very active through my legs. You might be doing these faster or slower than me as we go along, by the way. What's happening with the muscles in my low back, they're actually working isometrically, meaning they're really only working to hold the position of the spine and hips. They're not working to actually help you extend or flex. The spine is actually staying exactly the same, all the way down and all the way up. So the work is truly in your legs. Let's do one more, as low as you can go, and then rise up. Very nice. Let's do a rotator cuff stretch. I'd like for you to put your fists on your hips, or even better, it's not necessary, but it's a little better if you turn the thumb down towards the floor while your hands are on your hips. And then I would love it if you could do is to bring those elbows forwards. Just send them as forwards and then as close together as you can get them. Now some of you might have very, very little movement, and some of you might be able to get quite a bit more. Really depends on the person, but this is a great stretch, and it's one that practically nobody does. We're going to hold that for 3 deep breaths, starting from 1, 2, and one more, 3. All right, you can shake those shoulders out. Let's give them a quick rest. I want to do a little bit of strengthening and balance work for your feet. Balance and coordination. The chair is there as always for balance. You might want to stand in front of the chair or next to it, however, whatever setup works for you. All together we're going to raise our heels up. So we're on the balls of our feet. We're going to take a small step forwards with either the left or the right. It doesn't really matter today. I'll bring this back another time. You don't have to worry which one you go forward or back with. Then back and bring the feet together and lower down. Once again, that's a rise on the balls of both feet, small step forward with one foot, a small step forward with the other foot, then a small step backwards with one, and then the other foot. So we'll do that 5 times. 1, forward, back. You'll notice I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing this. I want you to spend more time having to balance on the balls of your feet. 2. And then down again. 3. If I had the chair in front of me, I'd just be stepping closer and then further away from the chair. But I'd always have it as a support. If you feel like you can do it without the chair, go for it. Just keep it close by. I think this is 4. Hey, if I'm making you do another one, an extra one, that's okay. The more the merrier. And then forwards, and then backwards. Now, turn the toes out. We're going to rise and drop. We're going to count a multiple of 3, starting from 0, 3. I'm doing these ones at a faster clip. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, keep it up, 27, and 30. Now let's try to disbalance ourselves a little bit. Counting back from 30, keep one out or arm out to the side, 27, and one out in front of you. 24, 21, 18, 15, switch, 12, 9, 6, 3, and 0. Right about the time when you should be feeling that in your calves. We're going to give the feet and calves a break, and we're going to move back to our shoulders, our neck, and our rotator cuff muscles. So you will need a rubber band for this one. What I'd like for you to do with it is to grab one side of the band with your left hand, and then just hold your left arm out in front of you like this. We're going to keep this arm stationary. It's not going to move. Then you're going to hold another end of the band with your right hand. And you'll notice that my hands are about shoulder width apart. They're not too wide because that's going to defeat the purpose. It takes all the tension out of the band. So with that in mind, all I'm going to do is elevate my my right elbow. So we've got our left arm in front and our right elbow out to the side. And we're going to do that external rotation exercise that we started with both arms in the beginning in the warm-up. But we're this time only one arm at a time. Here we go. We're going to count a multiple of 7 starting from 0, 7, 14. If you need to adjust with the band, just make whatever adjustments you need. 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. Excellent. If you really feel good and you want to do more of those, you can pause the video and do an extra step backwards with that arm. But for the rest of us, we're going to switch right away to the other side. So set yourself up again, left elbow up, right arms extended out in front of you, and we'll start with those rotations. I'm going to show you from the side this time. Counting back from 70, 63, 56, 49, 42, 35, 28, 21, 14, 7, and 0. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an excellent movement that you could do every day of the week. It's a pretty gentle one. If you want to vary it up, this is try this along with me, but for those of you who want to do a little extra work for your shoulders to make them more hardy, or if you get clicking or popping in your shoulders and you need to strengthen it's 2 of your rotator cuff muscles and actually have all the muscles work together in a way that doesn't produce that clicking and popping, these are good ones to do. This is a variation where I would rotate the arm and then lift it a little bit and then bring it back. Again, from the front, I would rotate it, I'd lift it, and bring it back down. I'll incorporate that one into a future video, but I don't want to overwork you today. So let's move back to our feet. We're going to do a coordination exercise, so just follow along with me. You're going to take the ball of your right foot. I want you to pivot on the heel and just open and close the right foot like that. While you do that, I'd like for you to lift and just tap the ball of the left foot. So my left foot raises and falls, my right foot pivots. We're really working on coordination and strengthening your toe extensors and your tibialis. So let's do this in a multiple of, let's say 9, starting from, remember, rotate, tap, 0, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 90. Now we're going to, let's see, tap with the right foot, open and close the left foot, counting back from 90. It's okay to make a few mistakes, don't feel bad about it. 81, 72, 63, 54, 45. You don't have to be particularly good at these at all. 36, 27. You just have to do them. What was it? 18. Woo, 9. I got it. And 0. You just have to do the exercise. Be willing to make mistakes, and you'll get better as we go along. We're going to move to a wall squat. And a wall squat I've shown you in the past, you just want to stand with your feet about a half foot to a foot away from the wall, depending on how hard you want to make it. If you need the additional assistance of a chair next to you, just for comfort, you can, or peace of mind, you can keep that close by. So I'm going to just step a little bit away from the wall. I'm going to push my hips back until they touch the wall. Both cheeks touch the wall, and I can press up. The beautiful thing is it doesn't let me fall. I've got a support behind me. If you want to go all the way down into a chair, go all the way down into the chair. We will count this one as another multiple, and we might as well make it a 6. We'll start from 0. Good. You'll notice I reach back with my hands 6 to touch the wall, so I have a sense of how far it is. 12, but you don't have to do that. You can keep your hands on your thighs and use them as support. 18, or you can do the more difficult version where you try to keep yourself upright. 24, and you don't use your hands. This is something to work up towards. 30, when you can do that comfortably and easily. 36, then you can start doing the version on the chair. 42, and don't be in a rush to get there. 48, just make sure when you're doing any exercise you're doing it properly. 54, I can't believe I was able to talk and count so well this time. 60. Now to count backwards, we're going to just shift. So left foot's further in front, right foot's further behind. So we're focusing more on the right leg. Counting back from 60. 54. Now these ones are a little bit more difficult, so you might want to stand a little closer to the wall. 48. 42. 36. 30. 24. 18. 12. 6. And 0. Okay. Good news, everyone. This is going to be the last strictly leg exercise for the day. That doesn't mean we don't have a little bit more left for the legs. It just means the ones that we have remaining involve other muscle groups also. So let's stagger the feet again, left foot behind, counting. We'll make this nice and easy. We'll do 0 to 50 since it's only one leg. So 0 in 5s. 5. 10. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, my goodness, and 50. All right, I'd like for you to have a seat here. Get yourself comfortable. I gotta tell you, without my usual group, when I run it in person, having those numbers, those multiples, it's so much easier to count them. I kid you not. When I run this program live, there are a few people in my classes who like to count the wrong number fairly loudly, so it messes me up. I hear that number and then I start counting in a different multiple, or just throws me off for some other reason. They like to whisper the wrong number over and over. I never make mistakes unless it's because of them. So leave your comments below if you have something to say about that. What we're going to do now is a simple bicycle action. Yeah, just pedaling backwards with the right leg and pedaling backwards with the left leg. And actually, you won't need the band for this one. If you want to hold the sides of your chair or have your arms out, do whatever feels most comfortable. Gripping the chair is easier. Arms up like this is more difficult. But what I wanted to do, instead of counting a multiple, I still want you coordinating different activities and different thoughts. So, and I wanted to give you variety. So what we're going to do is try a tongue twister while we're doing this, instead of having to count. So with the right leg going backwards, just count this. Try to count it a little bit ahead of me so that you're not relying on me, but it's going to be Shelley, the selfish sea fish, sold seashells by the seashore. We're just going to repeat that. You can repeat that faster or slower than me. Do your best. Feel free to make some mistakes. Here we go. Shelley, the selfish sea fish, sold seashells by the seashore. We're going to do that 3 times. Shelley, the selfish sea fish, sold seashells by the seashore. All right, we got one more to go. Shelley, the selfish sea fish, sold seashells by the seashore. Okay, now we're going to switch feet, and I'm going to give you a different one. Let's start drawing the foot in as I say it. It's going to be 1 smart fellow, he felt smart. 2 smart fellows, they both felt smart. 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. So just count that progressively faster 3 times, starting from 1 smart fellow, he felt smart. 2 smart fellows, they both felt smart. 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. We got 2 more. 1 smart fellow, he felt smart. 2 smart fellows, they both felt smart. 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. And 1 more time. 1 smart fellow, he felt smart. 2 smart fellows, they both felt smart. 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. Hope you enjoyed that one. Go ahead and try that one on your own when you're not watching the video. Pass it on to your friends. It's a blast. We have, we've completed the exercises that I've allotted for you today. However, we still have some balance and coordination movements remaining, so you will need your bouncy ball, your lacrosse ball or tennis ball. It could be a basketball, could be a little rubber ball, as long as it bounces. So we don't have to count anything or coordinate in that respect today, because I'm going to make these a little more challenging in another respect. I would like for you to start bouncing the ball from your left hand to your right hand, left hand to right hand, vice versa. Please don't watch the ball directly. I want you to turn your gaze to several feet away from you on the floor. Fix it to one spot. So you need to use your peripheral sight to catch the ball. All right, we'll just do 10 of those, taking our time between each catch. And feel free to drop the ball. Don't feel bad about it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Hope you did well on that. Now I'd like for you to turn your gaze to something in the distance, not on the floor, because we're going to be throwing the ball from our left to right and vice versa. You can make a really small catch if you're nervous about dropping the ball like this. That's a great start. And then you can extend it further out or higher up as you get better. But do not look directly at the ball, only use your sense of peripheral sight. We're going to count back from 10 on this one. Starting from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Good work, everyone. I'm really happy that you tuned in today to join the workout with me. Please tune in for more, and please share this material with anyone that you know who needs it. After all, it is free material. It is based on research. The stuff is effective if you're doing it consistently. And that's the ingredient that makes it effective, is consistency. So keep tuning in, share it, and until I see you again, I hope you have a wonderful and safe